Since the fire started, our Target 8 investigators have been digging into the company's state and federal records.
Target 8 investigator Marley Ginter is in studio with what she uncovered. Marley?
Well, Brian, so you know at 5 and 6, we showed you the long history of violations at this lab. New tonight, I learned new information about what those past violations were, and we're putting it all into perspective for you.
Several sets of eyes keep tabs on the drug and laboratory disposal facility. After all, it handles hazardous waste, including chemical and medical. Nancy Averis knows the owner. She's watched emergency crews surprised, saying the owner runs a tight ship following safety protocol.
They did their best to try to make this a safe place.
Target 8 discovered since 1986, DLD has had 26 violations with the Department of Environmental Quality, with 3 violations just this past April, in part for failing to provide enough details in its contingency plan to handle emergencies. We found more at the federal level. In 2010, DLD had to pay $41,000 in penalties to the Environmental Protection Agency, in part for failing to comply with time limits on storing mercury.
Is this a facility to be concerned about?
I don't think so. They've been in operation for a great number of years, and yes, they have had some violations, but most of them have been paperwork violations.
DEQ District Supervisor Fred Sellers says despite past violations, DLD is not a concern. He says, putting into perspective how highly regulated the hazardous waste industry is, the company's record should not raise concerns for people living nearby.
People hear hazardous waste, you can imagine they get concerned.
I understand that.
Should they be concerned about this facility, considering today's events?
I don't think so. I think it's a safe facility.
The DEQ says it will now meet with plant workers to go over exactly what went wrong today. Considering there were no injuries, the DEQ says it appears the company's contingency plan works. Still, more violations could surface once the investigation is complete. Brian?